He also asked if there's anything, what one thing about them do you feel is overpowered and should be changed? But I want to kind of amend that to if you had the opportunity to make Melee, from scratch or change anything about it, do you think that you would keep wobbling in the game? Because I mean, there's some tactics that pretty much everybody recognizes as kind of dumb and are no fun to play against and don't take as much skill as their reward seems to. The skill taken and the reward from it don't seem to match up. So I was wondering if you thought wobbling might be one of those things, whether you could keep it in.
I think the game has tons of balance issues, for starters. If I could remake the whole game, I would not leave it completely alone and remove the infinite, no. I think I would take a couple other liberties with it, a lot of them involving the lower tier characters, just changing some of their lame attributes to actually make them worth something. As far as the ice climbers go, if I could get into the engine and rewrite the code somehow, I'm not entirely sure what I would do to change them. I'm so used to them now. Like in Brawl, Nana is way smarter than she is in Melee, but I'm so used to talking to her in Melee, so to speak, that when I try playing Brawl, I feel like everything sucks. Like there's no fun in it because Nana just does what you want her to do all the time. It's fun trying to trick her into being useful because she's really a dumb little AI. I don't know. Like I'm so used to it now. I don't know what I'd change. That's a tough question.
Ooh, we have a question from our favorite insane Carzy guy.
Is it about Pichu?
No.
Oh,
fortunately,
okay.
Let's see if it's we can cut this out if not. But let's see. As ice climbers, Wobbles, how do you deal with pressure? Because I like finding space animals, but they pressure me a lot, like lasers, camping, fucking with my shield, and etc. So they are all up in my face, and I can't think right. So I start de-smashing, grabbing, and ice blocking, hoping it works. I have problems with it, only as ice climbers. And a difficult question to make sense of.
Yes, can I join the Cool Kids Club? Alright,
that was a
Carzy
Dr.
guy.
PP question.
Oh,
I guess you're not a registered Cool Kids Club member.
Okay, yeah, I'm not in the KKK now. Okay, insane Carzy guy.
Pressure from space animals.
When it comes to dealing with pressure from space animals, one of the things they're really good at doing, like you said, is they get in your face and they make you want to throw out moves and just hope they hit. And a lot of not very good space animals will eventually run into them. And they'll DI down, they'll die at 40 from a down smash, and that kind of conditions you. I was playing J-Man earlier in some friendlies, and he was getting to me with a lot of pressure. He wasn't camping me because it was a friendly. He was just getting up in my grill and wrecking me. And of course, like you said, when they're in your face like that, you just want to throw out moves and hope they hit. The best way to deal with it is to try and reset situations to neutral as much as possible, wave dashing out of your shield, just getting enough space that he can't immediately throw out a move and hit you. And then you start getting a feel for how he likes to act after certain situations. And then you can actually start putting your moves where you genuinely believe he'll be, rather than hoping. You kind of turn it into more of a knowing thing. Ice Climber's up-angled forward tilt can hit Fox out of short hop neutral air. But you have to know he's about to do it. I don't know of anybody who could genuinely react to that, except maybe Armada. But he doesn't play Ice Climbers. God help us if he did. But yeah, the important thing about dealing with that kind of mental pressure, where you just want to throw stuff out and hope you win, is don't. You just have to keep calm, stay patient, gain a little ground at a time, and let them be the guy throwing out moves, hoping that they hit, because that will land you a lot more grabs. If you get a lead, you kind of do have to approach Fox because he will just laser you until he's winning again. But if you just take a little ground at a time, they start feeling the pressure a lot more than you do. If you start reaching in too hard, it turns into a playground for them. So just one step at a time is the best way to deal with that.
Are your other characters awful? What else do you play besides Ice Climbers?
I love playing as every character, but Ice climbers spend almost their entire game on the ground. They have they have limited air control and air mobility, which is something a lot of other characters pay attention to space everything right. And with them, it's all about your ground game for the most part. So when I try and play other characters, they look really weird. And once people figure out that I don't actually know what I'm doing, I'm just trying to hit them with back air, with Falco, for instance, they beat me up. It's pretty rough.
Do you ever switch to different characters? I mean, to play against Peach, for example?
The only character I switch from Ice Climbers nowadays is I switch to Sheik for doubles for certain team compositions. I've completely given up on switching to any counter characters, even on bad stages for the Ice Climbers, because I know way more about them. I know way more about all their matchups. And I'm pretty sure that if a Peach took me to Brinstar with my Ice Climbers, she'd know a lot more about fighting Sheik on Brinstar than I would know about fighting Peach with Sheik on Brinstar. But I also guarantee I know way more about fighting every character on counter pick levels than most people.
Yeah, I remember you saying, some post where you saying you were really comfortable, or as comfortable as you can get on Rainbow Cruise now, just because it's been picked
love Rainbow
so many
Cruise.
times.
People pick it against me all the time because it's quote end quote bad for Ice Climbers. I don't think it actually is. There are lots of little secrets and tricks to Rainbow Cruise with the Ice Climbers, and people have a tendency to want to stay away from the bottom of the level during certain transformation sequences, meaning you get to poke at them with up airs. They're close edges, so your random smashes sometimes kill people really early. Nana lands on magic carpets and pendulums and shit like that, so sometimes she just refuses to die. So as long as you know how not to let her run off into oblivion, then you can keep her alive for a pretty long time.
Yeah, I remember there was a set, I think it was last week.
Yeah. Me versus
You
Chad. 7 minute and something match on Rainbow Cruise.
7:41 match on Rainbow Cruise.
I won, but goddamn. Yeah, that was, again, if a Fox or a Falcon wants to camp me, they can do it on most levels. It's just as bad, if not genuinely worse, on a Battlefield and Dreamland, honestly. He just wasn't willing.
When they're up on the top platform.
Yeah, and running and lasering, or in Falcon's case, running and just spacing back air. And then if I go up high, trying to neutral or up air, forward air me, do whatever he wants to. On Rainbow Cruise, at least, certain transformations, I can force Fox to fight me, and if he does make a mistake, I can make him die. On Dreamland, if I hit Fox while he's on the top platform with one up air, you know, who cares? Fox is at 20 and I'm at 50 from all the back airs and lasers and shines.
Hey, are we doing doubles bracket today?
All doubles today.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do you have any idea when the bracket is going to happen?
We're doing it next year.
Apex.
Okay,
Yeah.
So listen, what's going on?
Yes, we are at Apex.
Maybe wrong. Where the fuck is this?
But yeah, so if you want to, I am really used to the counter pick levels now. I honestly don't think they're as bad for Ice Climbers as people originally thought. And the fact that I know more about it than most people who will take me there actually gives me an advantage. It's a reason I never switch anymore. That and my awful other characters.
I just charged my battery, so I got like 2,000 minutes.
Anything else?
Any questions for Wobbles? Anybody want to ask Wobbles a question?
Why?
Porque. Why do I do it?
No, just why? Get philosophical.
Get philosophical.
Yeah.
Why is the only question worth
Idea
asking,
whether
sir.
or not we would be able to
Remember that.
on overnight in the parking lot behind
That was productive.
Behind what?
the center.
That was tremendously
no idea.
productive.
Ah, that
Thanks for listening to me
puts an
rant.
end to segment 1.